Yeah, he's not here. You see, Grinch has body ache, huh? Bone pain, old age, you see.
I can hear you, you fool! Yes, I'm not there, but that's because I have no interest in driving cars for mere 200 kilometers. You call that a thorough test? Bah. Give me a car for 2000 kilometers and I will tell you how good or bad it is. So yes, you can go alone with it now, you idiot.
How can he hear me? Can you stop patching my audio to him, will you? Today, we've got our hands on Tata Motors' upcoming notchback, Tigor.
It's the Indigo CS, you fool!
As I was saying, the Tata Tigor. And we have with us both the petrol and the diesel Tigors. In the petrol, Tata is of course offering the 1.2 litre Revotron engine, and in the diesel is the 1 litre Revotorque, the same engines that are doing duty on the Tiago and are now featuring on the Tigor. Let's walk you through the car and show you how it becomes the Tigor. Now, as you see, the front part of the car, the first box, is actually almost identical to the Tiago, and then the lines begin. The side lines are rising a little more than on the Tiago, but that's because they wanted to accommodate the third box and make it more streamlined. The lines, I'd say, are very neat, and then up till here is the Tiago. Then suddenly, you see the Tigor. The lines in this one are sculpted really well. It just falls smoothly leading to the third box. Unlike many other cars, many other notchbacks in India, there's also a full spoiler on the top to, of course, increase the drag a bit because it just fell very smoothly. Okay, enough with the car stationery. Let's do some real work now, shall we?
And how are you going to drive two cars alone, you fool?
I'll do it! One at a time, of course. We're driving the diesel Tigor right now, and the first thing that I'll have to tell you is that the engine is underpowered. Too much about efficiency and all, but putting a 1 litre engine in this, of course, you know, the output is higher and engines are getting more efficient. But one thing I'll have to tell you is to overtake, you have to downshift in this car, and even to be in the right RPM band, you have to keep changing gears. So that's a big issue, and the competitors of this car, they have more powerful engines. The Dzire has a 1.3 litre engine, the Amaze has a 1.5 litre diesel, both of which engines are more powerful. So on the engine count, the diesel at least is underpowered is what I'll say. The NVH levels on this car are also not very impressive. There's engine rumble seeping in a little more than you want. It's a diesel, yes, given, but it's a noisy, clattery engine, and the sound coating isn't good enough. A lot of noise seeps in. I'm in the petrol Tigor now. It's better than the diesel. The power output is more linear. Finally, the acceleration's so uniform in this one.
The Revotron is a dead engine. The diesel at least has a rugged feel to it.
What are you doing again? Stop shouting in my ear. So what if the petrol doesn't feel as masculine, going by your language? I don't know how many people think of it that way. So what if, and so be it. So what if it doesn't feel that masculine and that punchy or whatever? The power distribution is much more pleasant in this one. How many people head out to the hills or to long throw highways every day? For normal city usage, the petrol is the better option. The power distribution is much better and it feels much more planned to drive. Of course, going by even petrol standards, there's a little more noise that seeps in the car, but it's better than the diesel, and I don't care what he thinks. We've driven both the petrol and the diesel variants of the Tigor for 150 kilometers each, and the first point I'll have to say while summing it up is that both the engines need refinement. Now they're competing with 4-cylinder engines. The Desire, the Amaze and the Accent all have 4-cylinder engines and more powerful engines with bigger displacement and higher power output in terms of drivability, in terms of throttle response, in terms of performance while driving, in terms of engine refinement. The petrol, the 1.2 litre Revotron, I would say is the better of the two. But is this product alone sufficient and good enough for Tata Motors to compete with established brands? I think not.
So people, you just heard a truckload of rubbish. Next time, I will show you how a review is done.